Hello everyone, today I will talk about my AI project. It has 4 modules. First module is text-based emotion detection and response generation. First, I import all tools I needed. This includes Python libraries like OS and JSON, as well as special tools from LangChain, Hugging Face, and Grok. This will help us do emotion detection and create helpful responses from AI. Setting Grok API key. We add our Grok API key so we can use the telemetry language module. This module will help the AI understand and talk to users. Here we test it by asking how's my mood today. The AI says it can't read minds, but it asks how we are feeling. This shows it wants to help based on our answers. Now we use a pre-trained module from Hugging Face to detect emotions. For example, we give it the sentences, I've been feeling very overwhelmed and isolated lately. The model tells us what emotion it sees, like surprise. Creating the therapist prompts. We make a special prompt from AI Therapist. We ask it to detect the emotion, explain why the person might feel that way, suggest something helpful like an affirmation or activity, and last one, return everything in JSON format. It's clean and organized. Creating therapist tool. We run that therapist response into another tool called therapist responder. This tool gives kind and supportive messages based on the user's journal entry. We use memory so that AI can remember the conversation. This helps it give more natural and helpful responses over time. Starting the agent. Now we combine the two tools, emotion tool and therapist tool, into an AI agent. This agent can take any message from the user, analyze it, and give a caring reply. It also remembers the conversation history using memory. User message and agent response. We test everything with a real message. I've been feeling very overwhelmed and isolated lately. The agent detects the emotion, explains, suggests and something to help. It gives emotion explanation, suggest and summary. And we test it more. Then we print all messages into memory chest story. We see that, and output we see agent admits it prints all thing. And next one, the second module, Adobe mood detection. First we import the libraries we need. Librosha for working with audio files, Whisper for turning speech into text, Pandas and NumPy for handling data, LangChain and Grok to create AI responses, Matplotlib for plotting if needed. This gives us all tools to detect emotions from voice recording. Uploading and extracting the dataset. We upload a zip file that contains audio files. After uploading, we extract the files into a folder so we can work with them easily. These files are labeled with emotion codes in their file names. Setting Grok LM. We connect to Grok AI module using an API key. This module will help us write caring and thoughtful responses based on the emotion in the voice. Emotion code mapping. Each audio file has a name that contains a code for its emotion. For example, 3 means happy, 4 means sad. We create a map so the code in the file name can be converted into clear emotion level. Creating data sets. We go through all the audio files and create a table that stores file path of age and label based on its file name. This makes it easier to work with analyze the age file. Extracting voice features. MFCC, Chrome, and Spectroscopy. These features help describe the sound and tone of the voice, which are useful in emotion detection. Transcript voice with Whisper. We upload Whisper, a powerful AI module from OpenAI, to turn speech into text. For every audio file, Whisper listens to voice and writes down the spoken words. This is called transcription. Predicting emotion from file name. We also include a simple way to guess the emotion based on the file's name. It reads the code in the file name and tells us if it's sad, happy, calm, and etc. Emotion analyzed with Grok LM. Now we combine everything. First we transcript audio into text, and then we get predicted emotion from file name. We finally ask the Grok AI module to give a kind and supportive message. The AI returns an insight about the feelings, a possible cause, a suggestion to feel better. This helps simulate how a therapist might respond. LangChain tool setup. We create 3 tools for our LangChain agent. Emotion prediction tool, test emotions. Transcript audio tool, turn speech into text. And analyze emotion tool, gives an empathic response using Grok. These tools allow our agent to work step by step automatically. And running the agent, we combine everything into a LangChain agent. This agent listens to audio, understands the emotion, gives a helpful and caring response. Then we run the system with a real voice example. For example, this one. The AI detects calmness. It replies gently with support. We see that. And second one, happy voice. We test it. This part of the project shows how we can use how can we use voice, not just text, to detect how someone feels. We use powerful tools like Whisper and Grok LM to understand emotions and respond with kindness. This can be helpful in apps that support mental health or emotional checkness. Next one, module 3, AI Therapist rack-based multi-turn support using Grok and LM3. In this part of our project, we built an AI therapist that can have a real back and forth conversation. It understands how the user feels, gives helpful advice, and remembers what was said earlier. This is called multi-turn support because it works across multiple messages like a real therapist. What is RAG? We use it. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. This means that AI doesn't answer using its module. It can also use extra helpful info like tips and reminders. That extra info is called RAG context. It helps make responses more useful and supportive. First, the user writes, I've been feeling super during this week, nothing feels exciting more, so on. And your efforts are valid even if results are immediate. Initial user input, these ones, and then AI response. 3 parts: reflection, grounding suggestion, reflection prompts. And part 2, multi-turn follow-up. Then user replied it, and again AI applies 3 parts from reflection, warning, suggestion, and reflection prompts. As we see that why this is powerful, it feels like a real support, not just voice replies. The AI remembers what you said and gives new suggestions based on your journey. It combines emotional understanding and practical tools like breathing or mindfulness. This is not just a chatbot, it's a smart, empathic system that can understand emotions, use helpful resources, have meaningful, connected conversations. That's power of rank. Now final one, module 4, LangGraph chatbot. In this part of project we created a chatbot using LangGraph. This chatbot can answer questions about disease or medical conditions by researching Wikipedia. The goal is to give quick, simple, and helpful explanations based on real data. What is LangGraph? LangGraph is a tool for building smart chatbots that can handle multi-step conversations. It helps us organize how the chatbot works, like a flowchart for chat. First, we import some imported modules, Wikipedia like Wikipedia to search, get summaries, and LangGraph to manage chat flow, memory saver to remember the conversation. This makes our chatbot smart and interactive. Getting info from Wikipedia, we write a function that takes the name of disease, and let's look at this. We take it the disease, heart attack like, and get Wikipedia info using our function, adds the answer to the chat memory. This keeps the chat both focused and responsive. Creating the chat flow, LangGraph uses something called a state graph to connect different parts of the chatbot. We add our chatbot as a node, then we define the start point and what happens after that. Remembering messages, memory saver. We use memory saver so the chatbot can remember past messages. This helps if we want to expand the chatbot later for multi-turn chats. And finally we're running the conversation. It asks the user to enter the name of disease or condition. Then it gives a short, easy to understand explanation using Wikipedia. Example: heart attack, coronavirus, or melodic daydreaming. This LangGraph chatbot is a helpful information assistant. It understands user questions, searches trusted data, Wikipedia like, gives a clean and useful answers. In the future we can expand it to support more topics or languages.